Here we are. Another fun-filled day of cult watching. The filled, well, semi-filled parking lot gives an indication that we're probably dealing with a lot of hospital parking going on, because there's no way that this is all Scientologists coming out in the morning to lose their life savings. That's probably not what these cars are all doing. But since we know hospital workers work all kinds of hours, I'd say it's a safe bet. This is mainly them parking here. So, Monday morning, Scientology. No time to forget about keeping an eye on this dangerous cult. Let's see, get a little extender here. There we go. How's everybody's weekend? Hope it was amazing. So yeah, I'm still editing my interview with the angry gay pope, and that should be out, I believe, this afternoon. And he made a really interesting point, which you can see on the interview later on, but he was saying Scientology's really upset now, more than back then. And I was like, tell me more. And so his point was that back in the day, back in the heyday of Anonymous, the cult of Scientology was basically protested once a month. There would be kind of an international announcement, and he would watch, talking about the angry gay pope now for any of those just joining. So back in the day, when they would send out their announcements, they would watch it almost the way you watch the, hey there, culty boy. What's up, dude? Look, that's a fancy car for a little culty boy to be driving. Look at you. That must be like 2 steps down from the David Miscavige limousine. Very impressive. Extremely impressive. So, back in the day, the Scientology protests were once a month. And they would go around the world, and the last spot would be LA. So it'd be like New Year's, you know. You watch the New Year's celebration on some Pacific island where it hits midnight first, and then it goes around the globe, right? Like your typical New Year's type thing, New Year's Eve. and then it would come to LA. And so basically back then it was a once a month thing. So what the angry gay Pope was saying is that nowadays it's relentless. It's every day. And they could deal with once a month far easier than a relentless campaign of keeping an eye on them on a daily basis. So interesting perspective by the angry gay Pope. He's like, they are way more upset now than they were back then. And oh my God, I hear yelling. That could only mean one thing. There must be a defender of ants nearby, screaming into the void. I can hear the echoes from here. And I know his usual spot around the corner. Yeah, I'll go pay attention to him in a minute. Hey, it is a lovely morning. Thank you. So yeah, in the past, there were huge protests against Scientology, but what there were not in the past was daily protests. That's the new thing now. One thing I wanted to talk to the angry gay Pope about was like, what's the difference between then and now? And being somebody who watched back in the day, you would think I would know the answer to that pretty well. But there are always little things that you don't take into account. And that thing where the relentlessness of the protests, yeah, I can imagine that's a big deal for them, because they cannot get new people. If I was just watching New York yesterday, for example, and shout out to everybody in New York, like, I mean, it looked like it did in Hollywood recently. You know, there were like 5 or 6 people out there, I believe. Good morning. So now New York has it going on. Basically, every Scientology location in the world is subject to having people standing outside their front door filming at any given time, day or night. And given the fact that these people are such total control freaks, there's something for every viewer, that's right. Hell yeah. We give a buffet of options here at SPTV. A full buffet of Scientology protesting options. So yeah, nowadays we have most important Scientology cities are covered by protesters. Anything new happening that could generate press attention, Continental Buffet. Yeah, or more like a Las Vegas casino buffet of freaks and geeks and geniuses, weirdos, and freedom fighters. Oh my God, did he change? That dude totally changed the way that van looks. Does he have to scrape off all the paint? Good morning. I wonder, does he have to scrape off all the paint before he puts on a new layer like that? Because that is a big upgrade there. Scientology is a cult. FYI, everybody. In case you didn't already know. Why is this gimbal continuing to go a little sideways? Here we go, coming up on our fearless.
I'm a little too free. Too much freedom here. Oh, look who's in the house!
Nothing like getting a hero's welcome, you know, to start off the week. Nothing like it.
Is your head on? Who let the colt on? Who let the colt on?
Hey man.
How you doing? How you doing?
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. I love this heady ass little shit, man. Total pothead, stoner, gypsy.
Never. I would never do anything evil like that.
That thing's heady as all hell, man. Like,
The captain has arrived.
Stickers.
those are stickers.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes. I'm putting those all over my van.
Well, don't put them all over Hollywood.
Well, my van goes all over.
Well, yeah,
Hollywood.
your van. Yeah, exactly. True. That's true. And nobody can bitch at you for having them on your van.
I'll put one.
That's true.
These are awesome.
There will be more. Comes from one of our fans.
I've never. This is awesome.
But yeah, you could put them on windows or whatever. But whoa.
Beautiful.
Lord Xenu.
Beautiful.
We're getting him a star on Hollywood Boulevard,
Nice.
whether they like it or not. Dude, you have to like strip down all the paint on your van when you put a new layer like
No,
that,
I
or
just
you just keep putting it on top?
I do. I go against all the knowledge of painting. There's no prep work. I will wipe it for dust.
Right, yeah.
And-
Well, yeah,
and-
that kind of helps the new paint
And I
stay
just
on.
spray
Yeah.
it, and there's probably 40 or 50 coats of paint.
Whoa.
At least on there, because I've changed the message a bunch of times.
Well, yeah,
And I've
yeah.
improved on it, and it's
You keep honing the message, you know.
Yeah. And I keep kind of changing, but the message is I've kind of still been in the stay away from pedos and rapists, and that's just kind of been my message without saying that on my message.
Right.
Did you catch that Josine Maxwell's lawyer is the one who's representing Francois in the
That's
restraining order?
hilarious. I saw something about it. I don't think I saw the full. She's the one that did she serve you or Streets?
No, that was the process server.
Oh, but for that lawyer.
Yeah, but
Right.
yeah, for that lawyer for Francois. So I love that. I mean that
I
alone,
mean, yeah,
that alone
like-
speaks volumes.
Totally.
Speaks
Like you're gonna
volumes.
go pick a lawyer, and then that's who you pick.
Yeah.
You know, like what the hell? That's the funny thing about these people. They're so transparent. They can't even, like they're totally full of shit, but then they can't even hide the most obvious things. Like somebody was saying like do the math, like, oh, if you have this many million people, there should be like 60,000 people at every org or whatever,
Yeah.
you know. It's like, does it look like there's 60,000 people here? You know. And Aaron said that this place probably right now employs 400 people, this whole complex. 400 people. Like, how the hell are they hiding 400 people, sending them all through tunnels, right? Sending them in the van
Every
so that
day,
you can't.
too.
Right, every day, all day long. It's like, if there are really 400 people here, they must be in like claustrophobic lockdown. You know, they must be like turning very pale, never seeing the sun, you know.
Well, I caught him outside yesterday.
Yeah.
So I drove by because I like to just drive by.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
see if
Yeah.
there's
Totally.
Any action going on.
Totally.
And because
You
this
got to
is-
keep monitoring them.
Yeah, yeah. I just, you know, the winter vans got to be here, and so I drove by and they were all out yesterday for St. Patrick's Day. So I popped out for a 3-minute and 20-second stream. Just made sure that they all went back inside, that they weren't allowed to see any sunlight, and I let them feel guilty about working the children to death and Hemet at the Gold Base.
I'm sure they felt very guilty.
Probably not. But
All right, the prison van. Yay.
yeah, so I'm only staying to 9.
Yeah.
5 more minutes, but I'm gonna go get a suit today.
A suit.
Yeah, I haven't ever bought a suit actually.
Really?
So I'm gonna go buy a suit. It was like buy a suit or pay for a lawyer, and it's like I'm gonna at least get something out of it, you know. If they're gonna fucking rape me in the ass, at least I want to fucking.
Well, do you need a
outfit.
lawyer still, or?
Yeah, I still need a lawyer, but I'm not. I might do it myself.
Oh, dude, get the lawyer, dude.
That's what everyone
Get
says,
the
but
lawyer.
That's why I beat 12 out of 13 restraining orders.
Okay.
So
well,
I have a
okay.
I have a good percentage of
Yeah.
of wins on restraining orders.
Right.
There's no jail time and there's no civil time. There's no fine. So it's actually a perfect place to go into court and kind of get your feet wet.
Right.
You know.
And the restraining order they're trying to get you is for La Poubelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
right.
if I lose, I just come here.
Right.
You know, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, because Scientology is the main goal
but
anyway.
La Poubelle is the linchpin. There's a that is the linchpin of all the Danny Masterson's the one who went to the Christmas party. You know,
Right.
Ashton Kutcher, Mia, they all were the ones at the Christmas party.
Right.
They all hung out at La Poubelle.
Right.
They all got discounts at La Poubelle.
Right.
That's where all the young girls and gay guys come and try to fuck their way into Hollywood and to the scene.
Mm-hmm.
It is their watering hole basically.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of us, and if they stop me, then that's it. I'll make flyers, and I'll still have a full effect on that place.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not. And I mean, plus, what can they get you on?
Yeah. And 100 yards, I got a megaphone.
Right.
Put me 100 yards away. But what that's doing then is suppressing my right to protest the Church of Scientology.
Right.
At the Celebrity Center.
Yeah.
So that is also a way to stop me. But so if there's an appeal
Well, then
process,
Big Blue will just be the beneficiary of that,
Yeah,
and
yeah. They're all
they
talking
gotta
about-
open up Hollywood Boulevard at some point
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of making moves, right?
Well, and I think that we're slowly. This is going to have an effect on their people coming in, people getting new people.
Oh
in,
yeah,
you know?
totally.
And it might take a while. It's going to take a while to feel those effects. 'Cause
Have
they're
you
throwing
seen
money
the
at it
old
now.
Angry Gay Pope shows?
I haven't watched much of him.
Okay.
I know he's a legend. He's
I
like the
interviewed
OG
him the
legend.
other day, and
Okay.
and he, you know, he was saying, like, they're going crazy now because he said what it used to be back in the day with Anonymous is they would do a monthly protest.
Yeah.
And it would start like, you know, in Australia or whatever, and it would kind of like go around the globe, and then it would end here. So people here would watch it, see what's going on everywhere else, and then they come and do their thing here. But he said now it's every day, and it's in multiple locations all over the world.
Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, believe me, they're going berserk compared to back then.
Yeah.
Like,
and we have everyone's connected via the chats.
right.
So all
exactly.
that information moves quickly like fire.
Exactly.
One to the other, and no, I know this is having an effect. I wouldn't have a restraining order on me from
Exactly.
I wouldn't have that
Nobody would even care.
Yeah.
They just laugh at you.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing he said is back then, like, people would wear a funny outfit or whatever, and Scientologists would they would laugh. They'd laugh at a joke, whatever. They would engage a little bit. And like now, good luck trying to get any Scientologist to say a word. They are under strict orders. What was the deal with the person who said they were defecting or whatever? They were leaving.
Oh yeah.
Was that real?
Yeah, I believe it was.
Okay.
I believe it was, and I wasn't prepared for it. So I want to prepare myself for that same situation again.
Yeah.
Because there's some drama going on with the Aftermath Foundation.
Right.
And I felt uncomfortable giving the number, but that's the only number I had. Now that Aaron's got that new foundation up and going.
Is it up and going?
I guess it's up and going.
Okay. Right.
It's in the very. Yeah. They officially kind of announced it.
Yeah.
So that's SPTV Foundation or SP Foundation or something along those.
Yeah, SPTV
I think
something foundation. Yeah. No, we got to get the number. If there is a number that people can call.
Yeah. I think they got an email, but I think I'm gonna cut my roof off and put like a 2-foot billboard up on my roof. So
that's not going to be good if it rains again.
Well, I'm gonna work on making it real nice. It's already leaking now, so I could only.
Dude.
I could only improve on the situation.
It's already leaking. You can't have a leak in your van, man.
I've done it. I've had a leak. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's just some water.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets wet. It's great being homeless. You have nothing but time. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna air out my van today.
Yeah, totally.
Now I feel busy because I want to come out here and just yell. So, all right, but I gotta go get my suit fitted.
Yeah, man. Good luck on that. Becoming
I'm selling my soul.
An official adult.
Crossroads. Yeah, I know. Hello. It's tough on my psyche.
Yeah, man. I haven't had a suit in like 25 years. I used to wear one every day. Work in one, whatever. But
to me, it's a character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. No, it's fun.
You're gonna see me all this shiny little van life piece of shit here. Real. I want to be real. I want to, At Justine Maxwell, this is my time to shine right now.
Yeah, man. You're in the big time.
I love that I'm in this is the big time.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is like Scientology and La Poubelle is basically like a Jeffrey Epstein type of situation anyway. Well, and then they're using the same lawyer. Like, what the fuck, man?
That raises a whole bunch more questions.
Yeah.
It raises a whole shit ton of questions. Like, all right, why is this lawyer? What does Scientology have to do with Epstein's Island?
Right.
If they're paying for LAPD in Hollywood, where like the elite, like this is where a lot of narratives are pushed through these members.
Right.
And the quietness of it's not what is pushed, it's what's not said.
Yeah.
What is not allowed to be talked about and said. And so this is an epicenter of a lot of the narrative of the media.
Yeah, and then all the stuff about, all the conspiracy stuff about Hollywood and whatever, and then La Poubelle's kind of like ground zero, man.
You got them
like
drugging women, raping them. They're okay with it. It's you're the aggressor if you're an agitator if you speak up against it. You're this, and
LAPD protecting the criminals again. Yeah, man. So do they own that whole parking garage or what? Like,
yes.
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not open to the public at all. I mean, it doesn't look open to the public. There's not like a place where you could pay or.
No, but all these are allegedly separate entities.
Right.
So they can't just trespass you. They gotta trespass you from each location. So each of us have an ability to go and knock on the door, go into the buildings. Yeah, that's what they try to. They hide under that private public thing.
Yeah.
Religion's supposed to be public, So, all right.
All right, man. Good luck with your suit purchasing.
Thank you. I'll see if I can make it happen.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you can make it happen. That's going to be quite a sight to behold, man.
Ever see me in a suit.
Take it easy. All right. Breaking news. DOA buys a suit. In this world, that is a huge development. I will have you know. So, they're still at it with their mystery prison vans. Yeah, the parking garage is quite creepy. There's no indicator of how you would use that parking garage if you wanted to park there. I mean, there's just kind of like a, I guess a keypad or something. Oh, really? Okay. He's gonna like the way he looks, you mean? Yeah, he's, a suit does make people look better in general. So here we go, the prison van maneuvering, and taking a break between shuttling the inmates? No. Getting into place? Hey, where's the tent? Wasn't there supposed to be a tent for all the inmates to gather? And look at that camera there where the inmates gather. That's amazing. You know, yeah, exactly. You have to either put in a code or a card or something like that, I guess. Your driving skills are substandard, sir. Xenu loves you, Xenu loves you, yes he do, for Dianetics told him to. Men's Warehouse, yes. So, here we go once again. All the thrills of a human trafficking cult hiding. All right, Keith. It's a nice day in Wales. Let the angels rejoice. Keith is matching us weather for weather. Thank you. One paint girl? Is that what that said? One paint girl. That's a lot of Egyptian that I don't understand there, but I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you very much. No orgs within walking distance. How sad. You know, one thing is when Scientology finally goes away, although there will be much rejoicing, there will be an emptiness where Scientology used to be. There will be a void. And even though we will be thrilled and we will party our asses off and many drinks and smokes will be had, at the same time, it's going to be some mixed emotions, guaranteed, at the end of Scientology. But as AGP, Angry Gay Pope, was saying, this is on a whole other level. Hello, Peter. This is a whole other level of protest than even the huge, massive anonymous protests that were worldwide and went extremely viral, but yet now it's a whole other level because now the pressure is relentless, right? Like DOA just had to go. He had to leave his perch here to go buy a suit so he could go do legal battle with the evildoers, the people that are the lawyer of Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, Angry Gay Pope is so awesome, such a hero of mine. It was such an honor to meet him, and I will be putting out the video later today. My my little vid IQ thing, you know, that tells you when to publish. It always tells me I should publish like 6 at night or later, which doesn't seem that realistic, but what the hell. Yeah, they should make it into affordable housing here. Look at the death march, death march. Oh my God, you look like death warmed over. That driver, if you want to have a poster for death warmed over, like my mama used to say, you look like death warmed over. Yeah, he's still banned. And oh, is that Odo? Look at the scary, scary security guy. He looks like has that special forces thing. Notice how they're all hiding their faces for the most part. His name is William. Oh, he says hi. Yeah. I don't know if that was Odo. There was so much of his face being covered, it was hard to tell. But the Angry Gay Pope, I thought, might have a little bit of nostalgia for the Odo days. But yeah, I don't think they're giving away any free soup over there or any homeless stuff. The last thing they want to do is get a bunch of homeless people coming here for food on a regular basis. Is this Scientological parking tech? Or are these innocent bystanders who happen to live in Scientology housing? Maybe we will never know. Dude, is retirement not an option on your billion-year contract? Because you look like you deserve it, sir. That dude, if that dude isn't 85, then I'm not a homo novus. I'm sure they do a certain number of hours of coursework every day, Peter, and you know, and then in between their coursework they go back there. A lot of weird driving tech here on L. Ron Hubbard Boulevard. And isn't it interesting that most of the foot traffic is actually nurses from the hospital? Because thank you so much. Because there are so many people in the Sea Org who have been viewed. Everybody who knows people that have been lost to the Sea Org, they start watching these streams to see if they can get a sighting of their lost friends or relatives. And so what happens is people have been being identified and located by relatives of the missing. And then those relatives start making noise. There goes DOA off to get his finery. There he is. All right, is he going to do a drive-by? Yeehaw. We got a DOA drive-by. And he knows how to make it. He knows how to make it parade-like, to slow down and give us a good view. Thank you, DOA. The defender of ants. Keeping it real on L. Ron Hubbard Boulevard. Hello, Farah. How are you doing? Where are you coming from? I like your outfit, dude, in your picture at least. So, yeah, they're very afraid of being recognized, of being located, because then people can call the cops, ask for a wellness check, or start calling Scientology. I know. He's just going to cut the roof off of his van that's already leaking. I mean, you know, cutting the roof off of a car. I used to have a van, and I mean, just putting a fan in there, it brings up a lot of anxiety, because you know, anytime you cut into that thing, you're just asking for leaks. Hello, Death Warmed Over, dude. Oh, he is quite effective, definitely. I thought I had a loud, booming voice. Maybe in short bursts, but that dude can do... he can do a marathon. Xenu loves you, yes he do. Xenu, loving you. Oh, Xenu, he loves you. I love it when they put the clipboard over their face. Now you know who is afraid of being viewed by lost loved ones, or maybe enemies. Someday that old dude is going to run over something that shouldn't be run over with all that backwards driving. And there's another of the prison vans going behind us. Oh yes, there is activity on the prison planet. Now, since Scientology believes that this is a prison planet, don't they ever wonder why they make it more prison-y than any other religion? I mean, you got prison vans, you got prison buses. Have you learned about Xenu yet? Well, I'm his daddy, so I know more than you do about him. Yeah, that's pretty messed up, hitting somebody. How bad? And the cop didn't take any information. Oh, well. I guess Canada has its own fair share of corruption. Congratulations, Canada. Canada has fallen very steeply in the eyes of so many people recently. A lot of authoritarianism. A lot of stuff we don't need here. But it appears, from what I've just heard about this ramming, I'm his daddy. That's right. Got to get my street cred. I mean, if these people only knew that they have Glarzok here. Xenu's daddy is here regulating the situation. And I think they should feel very proud of themselves, because not everybody gets to have Xenu's daddy in their vicinity. So, I don't know. I think a little bit of hip hip hooray, hail Glarzok is in order. We don't talk about Xenu's mommy. She was bad. And she is, you know, we actually had to put her in a pod and send her down to live with Shelley Miscavige. They are in exile together. But we try our best to not think about her, because she is a disappointment to Xenu and me. And but she is giving Shelley at least one person on Earth to speak to, and I guess that counts for something. So let's say that besides me, Shelley Miscavige knows more all day and night. It is weird, Sopa. Yeah, it's really freaky. And the thing that keeps blowing my mind over and over and over is just how outwardly freaky they are. And they have enough money for PR people. They have enough money to figure out how to bullshit, how to try to be normal. They used to try to do that. The thing is, there's just so much stuff that they cannot hear, that they cannot deal with, that they just cannot have a conversation with you. Because if they do have a conversation with you, well, then they're going to do that always attack, never defend thing. They are bizarre, totally. What species is Xenu? That's classified by the Intergalactic Federation. Please don't push me on that matter. Children of the Corn. Yeah, they see, the thing is, let's say if they got a PR person and the PR person just said, if the PR person just said, just go out and talk to them and be like, dude, what's your problem, man? We're just going to church here. You know, if they just tried to gaslight and to be really, well, if you pay extra to get auditing from Xenu, then you have to pay 5 times more to get auditing from me. And I do offer auditing for 5 times the going rate of $200 an hour, so that would be $1,000 an hour. You too can be audited by the father of Xenu. Because remember, Xenu is nowheresville compared to me, his daddy. Okay, Xenu's just a little cute little prankster. We love him, but we don't take it seriously. Oh, I'm sure there's been child protective services stuff, whatever. The thing is, they hide everything behind the religion thing. So, I'm sure there are like kids that are in the Catholic Church. They're definitely altar boys and all that. I don't know if there are things that you can join, I think I've heard of people becoming monks or brothers or whatever in the Catholic Church before they're 18. I don't know if that's the deal, but anyway, they can hide behind this religious thing, and they kind of bullshit they go to school this many hours a day and we're in full compliance, blah, blah, blah. And of course, nobody in Scientology is going to rat them out. That would be a high crime. And then if anybody who's leaving Scientology rats them out, then they just say, well, that's just a crazy apostate. So, when you have a conspiracy, think of it as like the mafia. The mafia went on for hundreds of years, and because they had omerta, which is basically you rat, you die. And then when Giuliani, who now has seemingly gone a little mental, and I don't mean because of his politics, but I mean just because of his brain. But Giuliani figured out how to utilize the RICO statutes that had already been on the books for a while, but no prosecutor had figured out how to utilize it against the mob. Giuliani did. And so when he did that, he started getting all the mobsters to rat each other out. And then most of the mafia fell like a house of cards. Obviously, there is still a mafia. He didn't destroy the mafia 100%, just like Scientology might not be destroyed 100% when it folds. Losing it. So, anyway, at some point, we're going to have a situation in Scientology where the prosecutor starts doing what they do with other criminal organizations. They get somebody lower down to rat somebody out higher up. Do you hear this, Scientology? I'm telling you about your future. Okay, pay attention, Scientology. Here's what's going to happen. Somebody lower on the totem pole is going to get busted. And when they get busted, they are going to have their arms twisted, and they are going to then be given the option. Dude, you're driving on the wrong side of the street. You're 92 years old. You need to take another driving test. This is dangerous to the public. And so what's going to happen is it's going to be like, hey, we will give you no jail time. Yeah, that dude just needs to chill, man. He needs to go to hospice. That's a hospice candidate right there. Okay? Give him some morphine to ease his pain. Look at all the little culty. That looked like that dancing guy from Austin. Oh no, Death Warmed Over meets Death Warmed Over. Oh, you sad people. Why can't you just go retire in dignity? Don't worry, only 12,999,999 more lifetimes to go to fulfill your billion-year contract. At least you almost got this one over with, which is a blessing. Isn't it funny, Chichikana, how like your celebrities become Scientology protesters? Like for me, meeting the angry gay Pope the other day was a much bigger deal to me than almost any celebrity I could possibly meet, except for Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, Jack Nicholson. You know, after that, then we get into like angry gay Pope territory in terms of celebrity. The Beatles and Jack Nicholson. That's the... Oh, hide your face in shame. Can you believe it? Hiding your face in shame? I thought you were dauntless and defiant. Well, and people have said that, and that's very sweet of you, Chichikana, but people have said that to me, like, oh my God, I'm meeting you in person. And I'm like, what the hell? Now it's happening to me? I mean, I'll take it, man. I will take it. But it's weird, you know, but it's really cool also because it gives you an idea of the future of media, that the future of media is kind of like this, like you're into this thing, you know, not that many people worldwide in terms of percentage of population are into it, but you can actually get into it and really be a part of it. Even if you're far away, you can get in the chats and whatever. You can be a participant in this movement. And if you think of the way that everything is evolving and decentralizing, yeah, exactly. It's like you get to know real people who are being authentically them. And I'll tell you, for doing this, it's also really cool that you get to be authentic. You get to talk to people out there in the world and you get feedback. That's awesome, Peter. I mean, that's the way I was ever since, I guess 2008 or even earlier when because when I looked at Angry Gay Pope's website, you know, everything went back to 2008. And I always was wondering, like, well, what year did I start with all this? So 2008 is about the latest it was. It was probably much earlier than that. But, yeah, I couldn't stop watching it. And it's kind of this guilty pleasure that you'd kind of think, you know, why am I spending so much time on this cult that I was never even a part of? Why am I so fascinated, right? Why are you guys so fascinated? It is a mind-blowing thing. And then, you know, I go through phases where, yeah, right, I have multiple streams open myself. And please do that, because you're giving everybody hits and likes, and don't forget the subscribes, and you know, and then it's going out to be, yeah, Charles Manson, tell me about it. I just that's true, people do like to watch train wrecks, And Scientology is like an ultra slow motion train wreck. And every now and then you get some big window pops out of the train or whatever. That's funny. You just walk around listening. That's awesome. True crime, travel, comedy, and horror. Yeah. And a little bit of a detective thing, but yeah, it's also, it's like, it has that soap opera quality of, like what's going to happen next, right? What are they going to try next? And all that kind of stuff. So it is endlessly fascinating. And that's the great thing about the decentralized way that the media is now with YouTube and everything, that it's still kind of hard to believe that this is all real. It's hard to keep in mind actually how evil these people are. Like, I talked to somebody recently who was in the cult before, and network news is legacy news. Yeah, it's not really relevant anymore. I mean, who watches the nightly news of one of the three networks? I mean, somebody does. Millions of people probably do. Whatever. But it's like, it's just like barely a factor. That would be funny to have a feature where you have like a screen of all the anti-Scientology streams, and then you can like, you could just touch one of the boxes, and then it comes into full screen or whatever. Hey, Layla. And then everybody, if it were done in a way where everybody was getting it, like having views, a web, I'm sure somebody could do that. The only issue would be if YouTube then would count it as like only one view going to that website, or if they would count all the separate views. That would be an important consideration. So do we have culty arrivals? Because that would be a very unusual way for somebody to arrive at the cult, being dropped off like that and actually walking with SPs around. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how the whole Discord thing works, but maybe that would be the kind of platform. If you could send me the links, Layla, to my email address that works better, davymismanage@protonmail.com. Sending the links here is not as good for me finding them out later. davymismanage@protonmail.com. Okay, try to stay on the correct side of the street, sir. You really are a menace to society when you drive on the wrong side. Thank you very much. Okay. live.squirrelsquad.com. Okay. Don't do it. It's a cult. Look at that. Walking up the stairs, submitting yourself to the cult. Wow. So sad. Yeah, so they don't have any real PR moves. What was this about YouTube? If it were all on one tab, you don't think YouTube would count the views per channel? That's what I'm worried about. Because we need to get our views. We need our, we're very much like Scientology. Oh, that's an adult side. Don't do that. Okay, thank you. Public Scientologists, by now they probably heard about Xenu. They probably block it out. And, the thing is, they are sect checked. Okay, they are interrogated on what have you heard, what have people told you, what are your thought crimes. They are interrogated relentlessly about these issues. And so they definitely, if you say something about Xenu to a Scientologist, they either act like, yeah, so what, or that's crazy, or, they gaslight you, they bullshit you. But within Scientology, they freak out. David Miscavige is Polish. Okay, so please prepare Polish jokes. No, I asked Jenna Miscavige, what kind of name is Miscavige? I never heard that anywhere. And she said, well, it's originally Polish, but it's been altered to suit American pronunciation patterns. So she said it was some kind of Miscavige, whatever. So there was a boob. I am name dropping Jenna Miscavige relentlessly, yes. Well, I do need to give the fact that I have a good source. And what better source than an actual Miscavige to find out about that name? But yes, I'm name dropping shamelessly. It's Hollywood, okay? We name drop. Excuse me very much. Well, yeah, so the question is, does Scientology control their lives, the private lives of public Scientologists? And the answer is yes. So how do they control a public Scientologist? Somebody that's not in the Sea Org, who comes and pays for Scientology counseling. The way that they control them is, number one, is keep them busy, okay? Keep them busy with Scientology, monopolize their time, monopolize their energy with Scientology. And so that's the number one way, or the most frequent thing, the backdrop kind of thing. So thanks, Chichikana, for all your hard work there. So keeping them busy, keeping them doing as many courses as possible, because that means that they are spending all their money on Scientology and spending all their time at Scientology. Then they have events, stupid little events that basically most of the time don't even seem to even happen. Okay, squirrelsquad.cam. Okay, beautiful. So they get them going to events, and when they go to events, they're always selling them something else. And so that's another revenue stream. You know, there's no way that you're going around any Scientology event as a Scientologist and not getting pressured to do something that's going to cost you your time and your money. Okay, that's going to happen every time you go. Royd's version of Knights of Columbus. Yeah, well, not that I know much about Knights of Columbus. Hopefully their drivers are a little bit more competent than this guy's looking. The guy looks like he's texting and driving, but it's just that his neck is so messed up he can't even move. He's a very dangerous driver. Please make a report. He's interpolating the public. Somebody get that man a donut pillow. Urgent, urgent. I told you I'm watching this guy. The guy cannot drive. The guy is a menace. And he's 92 years old. Now I have determined the age is 92 years old. Please do not hurt people. No, I'm not joking. I'm pointing out a fact with a joking tone to my voice maybe, but this is dead serious. Okay, this guy has a messed up neck where he looks down and to the right. Right, he looks like toward the center console, and he cannot see. He cannot move his head to the left, which is where that car was coming from that honked at him. So yeah, he is a menace to society. Like all of Scientology. No, he cannot check blind spots. He is physically incapable of driving a van that dampers on the start. What about this Starship thing, Peter? Almost caused a crash. The inertial dampers on that Starship must be off nominal. I think you're right about that. Yes, I would concur. Scientology does need drivers. So yeah. They don't know how to even pretend to be normal. They can't do it. Number one, they would have to have a normal person in Scientology who doesn't get freaked out by questions they don't like. Good luck finding one of them. No, they don't want to present themselves to the public in any way because they can't win a debate. And when they do the always attack, never defend thing, it looks really creepy. And then they think they won. They think, oh, I nailed it. I nailed it. I proved them wrong. I totally exposed all their crap. It's like, no, you just barked a bunch of Scientologies at people, and then you accuse anybody that doesn't love your religion as being a criminal, a molester, whatever. What are your crimes? That's what Scientologists do. What are your crimes? And then they name the crimes that would be the most shameful. The type of crimes that Danny Masterson is into, for one thing. And even worse. And they say, oh, are you guilty of this? Are you guilty of that? And in their little twisted culty minds, they probably believe that. They probably literally, oh no, the old dude now is out on the real streets of Hollywood. Oh, God save Jesus. That dude, okay, I could see that he drives back and forth between two parking lots. Maybe. He almost caused an incident already. But now he's going down Fountain Avenue? Out into an uncontrolled driving environment? That can't be good. Because sometimes they just make them go, oh man, yeah. Secret society culty vibes, yeah. And the thing is, if you want to be a secret society, maybe just get as much building as you actually need. See, here he is. Is that the same dude? He made a whole circle around. He made a whole circle. To go into that parking lot, if that's it, if that is the same van, it looks like the same van. Suppressive Sherry sounds like my kind of girl. Suppressive Sherry. You know, Scientology doesn't even have a spokesperson. They have this woman that kind of declared Dave. Hi, declared Dave. And now the bricks are being redone. Ah, Suppressive Sherry is your other half. Declared Dave and Suppressive Sherry. That sounds like a couple that would be fun to have at a party for sure. Okay, is this Mr. Death Warmed Over coming back? I better watch out because if anybody's going to be hitting anybody with a Scientology vehicle, it'll be this dude as the hitter. Dude, you need to, that was a left turn, dude. You need to really take extra time to look. Ah, okay, I'll check out Declared Dave as well. I don't think I've seen that channel. There are dents? Okay, yeah. This dude needs to go to a chiropractor so he can get some neck movement on the passenger side. I'm surprised they're not on the driver's side because that dude can't look left. Beware of elderly drivers who can't move their head. This guy's a menace to society. You need to take some driving lessons, dude, and go to a chiropractor. Yes, his stats are definitely down when it comes to left turns, for sure. Definitely down stat on the turns. So let's see how he does, because you know he's under a lot of pressure to prove that he does have, look at that, coming straight at me, menacingly. Yeah. Can you look left, sir? Can you look left? Oh, no, you're going right. Okay, that's better. Dangerous cult, dangerous driver. Multiple levels of menacing. His neck is a PTS. Yes. Is PTS. He is PTS. And now we got another van. Hopefully this person is a couple of decades younger than that guy. Oh. A younger woman driving. Okay. We do have an upgraded driving situation. Somebody looking far more youthful in charge of that van. So yeah, they can't come out here and try to look normal, because if they do, they can't answer any question. And they're just going to attack and never defend. They're never going to explain anything. And like I was saying before, they cannot even deal with having a public spokesperson. Since Tommy Davis, they have that one woman, I forget her name, Powell something, Karen Powell, is that it? Anyway, she supposedly sends out the press releases, but doesn't take actual interviews. There are no press conferences, nothing like that. And, you know, what Aaron Smith Levin says is that she just signs her name to the BS that David Miscavige writes as a press release, and they put it in her name, and it gets sent out. Karen Kapow, yeah. And so, here we go. Death Warmed Over Show. The Death Warmed Over Show. Back on CBS. Monday nights. Yeah, they put things in Isaac Hayes' name. Yeah. Hey, there's a police car that's not coming to hassle me. Making me feel dejected once again. So I don't warrant police harassment like all my friends. Why is that? So yeah, they cannot take questions from the public because either their questions would be so quickly revealed to be lies, I mean their answers, or it would just be this BS propaganda thing, or they would have to attack and never defend. I mean, it's like if you were running the mafia in the 80s, you know, you're John Gotti, you don't have a press person, Karen Powell, Ben Shaw, and Clearwater, right? And neither of them will go take questions from the public, from the press. They'll never do a press conference. They will not sit with a reporter. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but when's the last time? We do have lights and siren, but it passed us by once again. Our anti-cult antics are being ignored. No, they don't sit with reporters. It's been a very long time, right? Because what are they going to say? They're going to have to lie about everything if they do an interview. And if the interviewer's any good at all, they're going to expose it during the interview in real time. If the interviewer's not that good, then they're just going to have to like fact check it after the interview, and the whole internet would fact check it after the interview. And also, if they did any kind of press now, what would happen? It would be a big deal because they haven't done it in so long. The thing is, they gaslight you about Xenu. You know what their standard thing is if you ask a Scientology about Xenu? Yeah, on Ted Koppel. We're talking like, what, 40 years ago he did, yeah. But it was hilarious. You know, because he was squirming. Squirming like a salted worm. Yeah. You know, so it's just like, if they did an interview now, it would be huge news. First interview of a Scientologist in whatever the hell it would be, you know, 30 years, 20 years, whatever the hell. So that would be a big deal. It would be a high pressure situation for Scientology. And you know how they always think they have some grand plan, like, oh, we're going to get them with this new strategy. What strategy? You know, just like, oh, we're going to beat them at their own game. We're going to go down and film them. Right. On what? For what platform? Where are you going to put that? And how is it going to impact us, Scientology? That you come when we're protesting and you stand there like cult robots with your masks on and... Right, that's right. He had a whole fight right before the interview, right? I mean, these people need a controlled environment. So like I was saying, if you were the mafia in the 80s under John Gotti, you know, you're not going to put a press guy out there to take questions because obviously you don't want to take questions. Here you go, death warmed over, $2, death warmed over. And the fact is, you got no talking points. You got no talking points. Oh, dude! Dude! Get a new driver. The guy just ran up on the curb. Are you inturbulated, sir? Do you need an auditing session? No, he didn't hit the building. He just like ran up on the curb, all inturbulated like. This guy is losing his marbles. Sir, your marbles have spilled all over the parking lot. Please put them back into your brain. Look at that. Oh my God, dude. Can somebody give this man whatever Joe Biden was given to be able to do the State of the Union? Okay, whatever drugs they gave Biden. And no, that does not make me a Trump supporter, but I can laugh at Biden. Okay, because they have the good drugs. When the president needs to seem to have a brain, you know, all of a sudden they shoot him up with some good drugs, and you know, he actually speaks, and his 80-year-old stuttering doesn't get in the way. No, I'm not doing politics. I'm just saying they need to give this guy whatever they gave Biden for the State of the Union. Because this guy is having far more than a momentary lapse of reason. He's having a really hardcore lapse of brain power. Now, when that van comes back down, good luck trying to find an actual human here. Where'd they tell you to go? What's that? Oh, who knows? There's a direct 1306, and this is 1306. And you knocked on the door? They're very afraid of talking to people because it's a cult. He's still on the curb, yeah. And they're not taking their delivery. Grandpa should get an espresso shot for sure. This guy, okay, everybody, if somebody gets hurt by this guy, I am hereby volunteering to testify against him in court, to testify that Scientology has created a danger to humanity out here. Be careful, that old guy is a really dangerous driver. He will hit you. Here we go. That's what we need for this guy. Will you be hitting any other objects today, sir? Will you be running up against any immovable objects? I think that's a yes. I would call that a yes for sure, a 100%. Oh man, dude, you're risking your life there. Going back there to deliver, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Will he come out alive? That is the question. Will he come out inturbulated? Disinturbulated? What's up, Hans Christian? Nope, still nobody to deliver it to. This is the kind of defeat that Scientology is used to feeling. Feeling this feeling of like, nobody wants what I'm giving away. Once again, the cult of Scientology disappointing humanity. Once again, refusing to honor their obligations to the world. Forcing this guy to walk around a building, and you know they're not giving him any major tip, that's for damn sure. What do they do to the elderly when they get dementia or Alzheimer's? I will tell you what they do. They apply for as many credit cards in those people's names as they possibly can. And then they charge those credit cards up, buying Scientology services, and then they stick them in a dark room with minimal food until they die of natural causes. That's what happens. And they die with as much debt as possible on their name. And that's it. That's what they do. They bleed people to death, financially, energetically, bleeding them of their finances and their life force. And yeah, then they don't report the death so they can keep collecting Social Security. I believe that. Yep. So it's Scientology, man. That's what they do. Feel bad for that guy. I mean, how much is he making off of that one delivery? right? And then you know they're going to stiff him on the tip. So what? He's spending all this time to make like, you know, what, $3, $5 max? Max $5, I'm sure. And he has to sit here walking around, looking around, trying multiple doors. Okay? Scientology does not respect anybody in the outside world. They don't. Right, exactly. Then the next person that he's delivering to is going to be late. And so then they don't give him a tip. See, this is the way the toxic nature of Scientology spreads from person to person, situation to situation. And we got the new license plate. Excelsior, is that a county in New York? Let's see, what's he gonna hit this time, Mr. Van Pool? More like Deadpool. Okay, let's watch his extreme driving challenge. Okay, is he gonna knock over a cone? No, he did not knock over a cone. Chichicana, thank you. Oh yeah, those curb finder things. Here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. Just by a hair, he missed it. Oh my, yeah, I know. Those things were so cool to have on your car. Made that little sound when you hit the curb. Yeah, that was awesome. It's a cult! And just in case they didn't know, can you imagine that they're, don't do it! Xenu loves you! And here we have delivery guy still being stiffed by the stiffest people in this quadrant of the Galactic Federation. And the stiffest neck of the stiffic people. Here he is, looking down and to the right, looking down and to the right. You are a danger to society, sir. You are a clear and present danger. Very half-hearted attempt of Scientology to play music over here at the cafe. The cafe of broken dreams. The cafe of shattered hopes. And the cafe of don't think you're going to go to the cafe today because there are SPs about. How can you go to a cafe if there's an SP around talking about SP type stuff? Impossible. Can't do that. You might hear something that disturbs your sweet little culty ears, and we wouldn't want that to happen. Like I've said many times, the first time I drove by here a few months ago, this place was packed. There were a lot of people out here. And they were all out having lunch, enjoying a little sunshine, which we basically have almost every day here. Except when we get lucky and it rains, and then we know, awesome, put off the drought for another year. Very nice. But yeah, they used to come and eat here. And they used to cross this street all day long, back and forth, back and forth. First time I was out here doing a live stream, there was a lot of activity. There were a lot of people walking around. And it'd be kind of like if I was standing here, there'd be people crossing the street down there. And then if I'm down there, they'd have the people cross the street over here. 38 in Kentucky. Oh no, man. That's why I left New York, to not have those kind of temperatures. And I remember when 38 used to be like, it'd feel warm, you know. It's like, oh, spring's coming, it's 38. Nice. It's above freezing. That's one thing you can't take away from LA. It is, yeah. That would be funny if they actually said that. Cafe closed due to SP attack. Yeah, I mean, imagine how depressing it is. But, you know, a lot of these people are from other countries. They've had their passports seized by the cult, and they have no money. They're wearing goofy Sea Org clothes. They're not going to really blend. And remember, the Sea Org has blow drills. And blow drills are not drills that you blow on to make them spin. Oh, no, no. 36 in Ohio, even worse. Yeah. Here, I would say it's probably about 65. I don't know, maybe 63. You know, it's still heating up. But if you stand in the sun, it's quite warm. You stand in the shade, it's nice and breezy. Kind of perfect. So blow drills are where they practice going and getting a Sea Org member who has escaped, who has run away. And so they do these drills to practice retrieving a lost slave. Okay? This is the same as during slavery times. You know, you got a runaway slave, and all the plantation owners, you know, they ring the bells, and so that all the other plantations could hear, they go pass around word. You know, they go out and hunt down the runaway slave. That's what Scientology does. Why do they have a C rating? Yeah, I don't know. It just says cafe. It doesn't really have a name, apparently. I don't think it's ever had like a posted menu that you could look at. I think it's the kind of thing you got to go inside and order and then bring it out. And then, of course, if you're not a Scientologist, they probably won't let you inside to do the ordering. And they won't let you sit in the chairs, and they sure as hell wouldn't let me sit there. But yeah, so they have escaped slave recapture practice. Xenu's Gruel Grill. Yeah. How about Cruel Gruel? Cruel Gruel. That has a ring to it. Cruel Gruel. We need to make a sign. I need to ask my friend who makes the signs. Can we get a Cruel Gruel? Xenu's Rice and Beans, brought to you by Cruel Gruel. The cafe. Oh no, bad lighting there. Lord Xenu. Lord Xenu. We need to start a campaign to get Lord Xenu his star on Hollywood Boulevard, because he deserves it. Much, much worse than Chipotle, I'm sure. Not that I've eaten any of their Cruel Gruel. Right, we gotta give it a little French twist for, you know, to honor their La Poubelle connection. Le cruel doesn't really work, but cruel is French. I don't know about gruel, but probably not. And who knows what it could mean in French, but probably doesn't mean food. Gru? What is that? What was it? All right. We got the vultures swirling around the cult. They're actually crows, but I would like to think of them as circling vultures of doom. So, the fastest growing religion on earth, behold. Cruz doesn't want anything to do with all this. He just wants to pal around with his idol, Davy Miscavige, when actually he should just be giving his cash to who his idol should be, Davy Mismanage. Hey, Tommy boy, you don't need all that cash. And your little, yeah, what happens when David Miscavige drops his body, probably for the purposes of doing further research in the disembodied state, research that cannot be done while in a body, as we know, obviously. What will happen? Well, there's probably going to be some ruthless asshole that's on the level of David Miscavige that's going to blow everybody away with, with his purge tactics. But, how many people can you... Yeah, Sebastian. COB Sebastian. I doubt it. The thing is, everybody at that Hollywood testing center, they probably have been demoted, punished, something like that. Because, in Scientology, you pull it all in. So why did they pull us all in? And obviously, it can never be that David Miscavige ever pulled anything in. He's perfect, and everybody's letting him down. Here comes our driver from Purgatory. Let's see. Can he drive on the correct side of the road? Barely. You crossed the line, dude. You're crossing the line. Okay, you're endangering the public, sir. See how polite I am? Call him sir. Okay? Because, when you have one foot in the grave and the other foot on a banana peel, you deserve a little bit of respect. Okay? You're almost out. You're almost gone. A gruel groupie. Hey, a gruel groupie. Hey, there you go. Hey, he didn't run over the curb. Xenu! Run, Xenu, run! I could see they were all running. You could see their feet underneath. They're all like running away from the van quicker now because I have raised my voice. So they need to. And there's the execution van. And there's somebody hiding their face, so it must be a Scientologist. Xenu! Coffin Dodger. CCTV. Well, there's all kinds of Scientology CCTV. Let's lift you up higher. Do you guys feel like being uplifted? Ta-da! Behold, the only thing greater than yourself. I bet that dude can't wait to reincarnate. There he is, looking the wrong way once again, endangering the public with his driving interbulation. Please don't kill anybody today with your interbulated driving. Thank you very much. The world would appreciate it if you would refrain from unaliving any of its inhabitants, please. So they can't come out and play, hey, we're at 80 likes, how about give me 20 more? That would be nice. That would be awesome. Yeah, touch assisting. I need a touch assist. When's some fine young Scientology lady gonna come out and touch assist me? I need some touch assisting, please. Only in a very spiritual capacity. You know, touch assisting sounds like about the most... Oh, thank you guys. Wow, that was a quick 5 new likes. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Touch assisting seems like about the most humane, humanitarian, caring type thing I've ever heard about Scientology. That they actually... I mean, for Scientology, just to put their hand on your shoulder in a friendly way seems like more demonstrative affection than you would think that they would ever be able to muster up. And imagine that you think, oh, you guys, 88 likes already, only 12 more to go to get to 100. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it, seriously. Because Scientology tries to be like they're about therapy, self-help, that kind of stuff. Well, you know, that's a Zen thing, you know. What is the sound of one hand clapping, Tom Cruise? But really what Scientology is all about is suppressing emotions. It's not about healing emotions. It's not about expressing your emotions, unless it's David Miscavige emotionally giving somebody a beat down. 89 likes, 11 more to go. Thank you, people. And holding everything in is really, really bad for you. You know, in the Chinese acupuncture system, there are emotions that are linked to every organ of the body. And if you hold that emotion in and you don't work on it, and it's a really big one, it literally could kill you, according to like the acupuncture system, right? So they teach them how to not react, but they don't really teach them how to not react internally. They just teach them how to have a stone cold outer reaction, right? But internally, these people are freaking out, just like they're freaking out now that there are protesters on a daily basis, and they can't do anything about it. It's like, you know, they learned about coyotes. The more that you kill the coyotes, the more coyotes you get. You get, like, they have more litters if they're being hunted or trapped or whatever. And then they spread out geographically. Coyotes used to just be in the American Southwest. Now they cover the entire United States. What's the sound of one hand wedging? Well, Tom Cruise has been doing a lot of one-handed wedging lately, and he's gotten some high production off of that. The rumor is that his one-handed wedging has been very productive. Not so good for his maid that has to clean. Yeah, there's coyotes in Pennsylvania. There's coyotes in Manhattan. Seriously. So it's literally, that's the way it is with SPs. We're like coyotes, right? You send one of us to jail, and then 20 start hanging out outside the jail waiting for that one, doing live streams, alerting the world to it. Oh, Pooh is asking good questions? Okay, she asks, do they scare the ones who grow up on the inside that the world is bad on the outside? Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that. I thought I was catching most things that are coming by. Well, yeah, they absolutely... look, their whole fear of SPs is because if you're connected to an SP, that makes you PTS, a potential trouble source. And if you're a potential trouble source, that means you have a big black cloud over you in Scientology. You're not allowed to do auditing, right? You're treated as a kind of pariah. Hey, there's a fan in the Jeep giving me a huge thumbs up. That's one of my favorite things about this, is like the public is really happy to see it happening. And that is really great. So yeah, they scare people by making it like you could get infected by these SPs, and they're really tricky and they're really dangerous. And it's the kind of thing of like, they can hide behind like, well, most people are fine, most people are good people, but you just can't take the risk. And plus, it's not like they encourage any Scientologists to be out there in the world, right? They're not encouraged to go to college. Very few that are raised in Scientology go to college. A lot of them join the Sea Org at a very young age. A lot of them only have, there we go, Mr. Death warmed over. Let's see, can he do it? Can he do it without causing his insurance rates to go up? Sir, you are endangering the insurance rating of Scientology. And now he's honking, and he has a residential building right back there. I won't film you, it's okay. So he's honking, and now the people in the residential building. 93 likes, thank you. Can we get 7 more? And so now he's afraid to back up. So, the thing is, they keep you so busy in Scientology. And if you're raised in Scientology and you don't have tons of money, if you're not from one of these super wealthy Scientology families, then they're going to probably be pushing you to join the Sea Org. If you don't join the Sea Org, you're probably going to have a job with some form of Scientology-owned company. They don't want you to be out there free-ranging in the free world. There's nothing in it for them, for you to do that. Because you're a Scientologist, and a conversation is going to happen every time. It's like if you met somebody and said, oh, hi, I'm a mortician. Okay, nobody's just going to be like, oh, okay, mortician, cool. So dead bodies, right, yeah. No, people are going to be like, what's it really like to be a mortician? Well, this guy is going to be dealing with a lot of morticians pretty soon. Sir, you need to call a mortician. A mortician. It's never too early to book a mortician. You don't want just whatever mortician they pick for you when you've dropped your body. You know, this guy should figure it out. He should do some pre-planning. So yeah, they definitely get you nervous about dealing with any outsiders, for sure. Thank you for doing that. That's not something I'm very good at. I was trying to do the clip thing the other day and really couldn't figure it out very well. I'm still learning. And editing and all that stuff. Not really the most proficient dude at that. But I'm trying. I'm learning. My deal is more like point and shoot. Friends don't let friends go to Scientology. Or maybe you're just an Uber driver. Are there more people that are going to be dropped off here at the cult? But it is kind of funny, you know, you see maybe 1 or 2 people an hour that walk into that whole building over there. Did I answer all your questions? Okay. I don't know that I did. I hope I did, because it sounded like there were a lot of questions coming through that I had not seen, so I apologize for that if that is the case. But luckily, we have Chichikana, who's like regulating the situation and letting us know what's up. I got to them. Okay, great. Don't want any dissatisfied customers. Oh, please have more. Yeah, I love questions. Makes me feel all smart and everything. Yeah, and hopefully I know the answer. You know, I'm not claiming to know all about it, especially never having even been a Scientologist. But, you know, one thing I always say, when I hear ex-Scientologists talk about it, they use the word cult even more than we do, the non-ex-Scientologists. They really utilize that word a lot more. Thank you. I do. Well, you know, 20 years of vicarious viewing, you know, you learn a few facts during that time, for sure. And also, I have the devious mind. You know, it's like cops say that, you know, there's like a little line between cop and criminal. In Hollywood, that line does not even exist. But most of the cops are criminals here, as you can see with their criminal acts defending the cult. But, you know, that dude is driving. He is literally like looking at the floor on the passenger side. Man, that's dangerous. I am not joking. That guy is a danger to society. Can we get 6 more likes? Can we get 6 more likes, please? I'm sure you guys have all liked, you know. I get it. It's just that round 100 number that, you know, gets me in that fetishy mode of wanting to see 100 likes, you know. But yeah, part of it is just thinking, okay, well, what would I do if I was Scientology? Like, how could you run this scam? You know, how could you bullshit your way out of it? Thank you. You know, how could you bullshit your way out of all the facts. It's almost like if Scientologists were better educated, what they could do is send them all to law school, teach them all to be defense attorneys, and how to defend the indefensible. That's what they need. They need DA training. Learn to defend the indefensible. I know a lot of people don't interact that much at all. And it's hard. And then some people just spend the whole time interacting and, not really, or they spend a certain amount of their time just interacting. And it's hard to have the balance between kind of looking around, seeing what's going on, seeing the driving tech from the 1920s and all that, all the flunks and the fails, and watching the stream. It's like juggling. It's basically a juggling act out here on L. Ron Hubbard Way. Now I just went into some area where I can't see what's up. That glare, man, that LA glare. People talk about the LA light, but it's the LA glare. Thank you. One of the best and most interactive chats. And here we go. Death on wheels coming. Back for another attempt. I swear, I'm going to have to jump behind that tree at some point to not get killed by that dude. And then he's definitely going to see how he's looking this way? That's not because he's looking at me. That's because that's the only way his neck points. Oh yeah, very hard to get a question into Aaron for sure. Even a super chat might not make it through with that dude. So here we go. Is he going to do it? Yes, he hit the curb, but he didn't roll up onto it. Okay. Yes, they're going to need driver. Never forget Xenu. Never forget Xenu. $300,000 to find out about Xenu and the body thetans. How many body thetans do you have? Have you released your body thetans? Why do thetans rhyme with Satan? These and many other questions will never be answered by Scientology because they are ashamed. Go hide in your cult building. Go hide in your cult building. Run, Xenu, run! Run, Xenu, run! They need to hide in their cult building because of all the shame. Shame is a horrible emotion that I would not like to inflict upon anybody, but it also can awaken you from your slumber. A little healthy shaming never hurt nobody, no how, no way. A little healthy awaken you. Awaken. You see how the first 50 years of his billion years have treated this guy? Now you think he's going to be able to do another 999,900 and what would that be? 950? I don't know. I don't think he has it in him. Even dropping this body, getting a fresh new one, I still think he's not going to make it through the full billion. I don't know. Maybe I need to do a poll on my channel for that to say, is this old dude gonna fulfill his billion-year contract? Hey, 4 more to make it to 100. 4 more likes. Can we get 4 more likes, please, please, please? He needs necupuncture. Yes, he does. He needs that chiropractic thing where they put the rope around your head and pull real hard. The rope around your head, like it's like a semi-hanging, except the rope goes around the back of your neck and then over your forehead, and then they put a little chin strap on there, and then the chiropractor pulls you back with a big old yank. That's what he needs. He needs some necupuncture and then some high tension traction, yeah, with the Y strap thing, whatever. I don't know. You watch one of these damn chiropractor things, and then all of a sudden they're feeding you 20,000 more of them. And then instead of a Scientology rabbit hole that you go down, you end up going down a chiropractor pulling people's necks rabbit hole. But, you know, you watch one more Scientology video and then they keep feeding you more of these. Right. Okay. Well, he needs some kind of chiropractor. And I am looking out for potential death by running over. Dude. So here we go. We have is that the police? Is that the police? Let's see what's up over here as they tear up all the child labor bricks. How many children? So, sorry, I'm not going to be able to see the stream, the comments right now because you guys are in full glare at the moment. Hey, Sea Org recruitment. Anybody want any Sea Org recruitment? You just go over that way. See that door? Notice all the people lining up to be recruited into the Sea Org? Yep. Standing room only at Sea Org recruitment. Everybody's lining up to sign those billion-year contracts. Here, let me give you a close-up if I can even see what I'm doing here. Of Sea Org. Can you see it? I can't even see. Sea Org recruitment. There you go. Sea Org recruitment. That is one of the most things ever. You might as well say Gestapo recruitment.
I watch on YouTube all the time, bro.
Oh, thank you, man.
Good job, man.
Thank you. We got a drive-by fan. That is awesome. He probably thinks I'm DOA. Wouldn't be the first time. Not at all. Oh damn, they're making them fix it right. Okay. They are making them do it correctly. I thought it was like one of those plumber situations, you know, where the plumber comes over to fix something and doesn't mind busting through your walls and your marble floors and whatever. And I thought, in any kind of plumbing situation, oh look, there's Odo out to talk to the cops. What could they be talking about? Hopefully not about me. Let's give them total wide berth so nobody could say there's an issue here. in these two organizations having a summit meeting. They are having a summit. The Odo people and law enforcement. What could they be bitching about now? There we go. Straighten this out. Yeah. What's the problem, officers? Or are we just having an SP prevention summit? They know I'm the mellowest dude out here. I'm not anybody causing any mega problems. I'm a voice of reason, logic, and interbulation. And they know all about it. And here's their big recruiting grounds, the hospital zones of Eastern Hollywood, Kaiser Permanente, all these different places. So yeah, you saw Odo gave a little gesture in my direction, and the cops gave a little gesture of like, if I'm not reading too much into it, which I probably am, but the spidey senses were saying that the cops are saying, yeah, that dude's not really a problem. And Odo's like, oh yeah, he is. He really is. And the thing is, they got everybody's name, they got everybody's number, they got everybody's everything. And sorry, there's still too much glare for me to see anything. Let me see if I can get something. Okay. You saw it too. Okay, it's not just me. Yeah. That is a cult. That's right. Es un culto. Okay, so I wasn't just a man. Oh, thank you. We got to 100 likes. Thanks so much for that. Yeah, I thought, you know, you see that sometimes with the Scientologists, like they'll bitch about somebody and the cops will give them that kind of like, no, we're not doing it with that one. And since I'm on the edge of those kind of, I'm on the edge of the age of where anything against me could be elder abuse. I mean, I'm not there yet, but you know, not that they know the exact my exact age or anything, but anyway, you know, their little tactic of like claiming elder abuse, stuff like that, that doesn't really work as well with somebody with the baldness and the grayness that I possess. Now see, you wear that, I got more belief that you're a religion, okay? See, I would tend to believe that dude. Although, if you've seen the monk scams in tourist areas like Times Square in New York, these guys are dressed like monks, but if you see them on their break, they're like drinking beers, smoking cigarettes on a bench somewhere, and they go up and they hand you some crap, and then they try to get donations, and then they get kind of violent if you don't give them any money. So there are those monk scams. But generally, since we're right by the Self-Realization Fellowship, oh damn, Church of All Religions. That's sounding a little bit like Scientology. Watch out, you guys. All are welcome. Oh, damn. Okay, who came up with that line first? Scientology or them? That is the question. Because if Scientology copied it from them, great. If they copied it from Scientology, not so great. Or maybe everybody just came up with it independently of each other. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Self-realization. I don't know if it's a cult. I don't know if there's some bad, evil stuff in there. But I would tend to think it's a quantum leap better than Scientology. That would be my guess. I should probably go check out, like they got some meditation class, whatever. Because, you know, it might be good to be a member of a place that's right next to Scientology. There could be perks. There could be perks. I think I might need to find out if we got some perkage here. Some perkage potential. Here we go. Let me just get to a little spot where there's some shade and I'm not blocking traffic. And then I can see if there's some things I need to. Let's see, is this going to work in here? Yeah. Let's see. What have we? Onion head alert. I interpolated Odo. Thank you. Pearl Snappy. All right, Pearl Snappy, always welcome here. Yeah, so I don't know if I have the honor of having provoked that police visit. If so, I guess the cops just didn't really give a shit. If not, then who knows? But one thing you can tell, you know, they didn't come all rolling up on me with lights and a third leg. Okay. So yeah, it's you never know until they do something, and then even when they do, you still don't know really what the hell they're up to, what their plan is, One thing you do know is that the LAPD Hollywood division will bend over backwards to accommodate Scientology and do their bidding. But I guess there's a limit, because Davey Mismanage is a higher level being, having this Glarzok connection even puts me at a level where the police give extra deference, which is a correct response. And the thing that I will be making more announcements on is the multi-dimensional connections between me, Glarzok, my son Xenu, L. Ron Hubbard, and David Miscavige, Tom Cruise, and other people, because you understand that your human way of looking at life, the afterlife, and reincarnation is a very two-dimensional understanding, and we are in a five-dimensional reality. So therefore, it might be almost impossible for you to comprehend the multiple dimensional connections that are going on here. So this is something that we're going to have to go through in our more theological conversations that can occur at another time. But let's just say that nobody has just one identity in the multiverse. Identities are spread across many different physicalities, localities, and planetary systems, as you know, deep down, because you also are multidimensional. So the multidimensionality of this situation with Scientology has yet to be fully fleshed out for the public. And this is part of my job, but as you know, with certain alien information, it has to be given out slowly so as not to blow the minds of the Earthlings, and that is what we're trying to do now. So, as Glarzok, I bid you a very temporary interdimensional farewell as I go about my other businesses, and I will see you guys all very soon. Thank you for putting the likes at over 100. That really means a lot to me when we can do that, make that happen. Thanks for providing me with plenty of material through your questions and comments and your humor. And special thanks to Chicana for holding down the fort out there in cyberspace. And praise Xenu for not having that old dude run me over today. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.